Hello, lorelings! I may or may not have just got back from breaking into Super Earth High Command for information. If at some point you hear the screams of planes overhead, that is unrelated. Welcome to Lore 101. For those unaware, Helldivers 2 is a cooperative third-person shooter that's been doing pretty well on the charts. I've had a lot of fun with it, so today I wanted to look into the Helldivers themselves, where they come from, their society, their mission, so on and so forth. And here's what I found. The Helldivers are one of the main military branches of the Super Earth Armed Forces, or SEAF. They are essentially special forces, shock troopers if you will, who are regularly deployed behind enemy lines in squads of up to 4 using their shock-absorbing hellpods. They are outfitted with various weapons, drive around in time-space warping Class 6 super destroyer ships, and are all kept in some kind of cryostasis until they are needed. Each Helldiver is actually drafted from one of the other branches of the normal Army Corps. So if you make it into SEAF, you too can become a Helldiver. Which might not be that hard since their average combat readiness is 27.1%. However, to fully understand the mindset of the Helldivers, one must first explore their home planet of Super Earth, a futuristic version of the Earth you and I know set somewhere close to the year 2200. At some point in the past, it was completely and forcefully unified under the concept of managed democracy. A political system that actually exists in some real-world countries where elections are more of a formality as everything is still controlled by the government and the public doesn't have that much of an impact on the nation's policies. Think authoritarian light if I'm understanding correctly. In the case of Super Earth, all elections are carried out via automated voting software on the Galactic Wide Web, or GWW. The citizens basically fill out a quiz and the computer uses their results to choose who they vote for them. The stated reason for the system was that voters often didn't understand what they were voting for, so the government of Super Earth decided to make the decision themselves. As you can probably guess, the culture of Super Earth is incredibly patriotic and very strict on dissidents. Communications sent over the GWW are constantly monitored for traitorous behavior, public executions have not gone out of style for those dubbed alien sympathizers, propaganda is often distributed by the Ministry of Truth, and because they are often at war with various alien races, each and every citizen is given an M2016 Constitution bolt-action rifle when they turn 16. To even legally have a child, you must first acquire an approved child permit form, which are apparently pretty complex. However, according to some hints, Super Earth might be okay with same-sex marriages. So, win is a win. They also have a unique holiday called Liberty Day, which is celebrated every October 26th, both in and out of game, so mark your calendars. In this society, the Helldivers are hailed as heroes, legends, almost celebrities. They've actually been around since before Super Earth was completely unified. However, back then, they doubled as super well-trained riot police, assassins, and reconnaissance specialists. Today, they are pure representations of the democracy and liberty that Super Earth holds above all things, poster childs, if you will. In fact, in their contract of employment, it states that they may be required to attend parades, interviews, signings, and appearances. Imagine seeing this at a Comic-Con. Wait. I've actually read through their entire employment contract, and I think I'll be making a separate video on it. They receive their directives from the authorized command structure made up of Super Earth High Command, the President, the Democratic Council of Super Earth, and any related ministries, namely the Ministry of Defense. And they will accomplish these directives with as much prejudice as is necessary, whether that be destroying alien fortifications, acquiring key resources, or assassinating the leaders of governments trying to secede from the Federation. Because yes, that happened. Northman's Creek, 50 Helldivers sent into the Parliament, very successful mission, no survivors, and the first documented use of the Hellpods. Which means they came in from the ceiling! They are the last line of offense and do all of this to protect liberty, manage democracy, and the glorious sight that is Super Earth. Which, now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever really seen. Not in like a bad way, but like even some of the other crew on your ship also talk about how they've never been to Super Earth. And come to think of it, these Helldivers probably have families, but I've never seen a letter or anything from them. The GWW can canonically get messages from anyone at any time, so like we should have heard from someone. And I mean, I know we can see the planet from our war map, but can we not even visit? What does Super Earth actually look like? Because I know we have the cinematics, but those are also made by the Ministry of Truth. How long were we in those cryopods for? Are any of our families still alive? Or is it just one big conglomerate controlling us from a distance? Yes, this is inspired by the Doug Animal Crossing coffee rant. I broke into High Command HQ, but I didn't see any